know the shot I want. Okay.
You don't need to sync it.
I know, I want to sync it though. It's, for me, it's syncing myself. Oh, okay. I'm getting tired. Turned 30 this year. I feel like I got hit by a train after Big Sugar. So here goes. Big Sugar and Bentonville it's a big weekend. It's the end of the year. I think we're trying to grow it into like a second sea otter. It seems like you can go to one coffee shop and plan to be there for 30 minutes and you'll be there for 3 hours. We got in early in the week and started off by doing a Oz Heli helicopters tour, which they're launching this week. I could get 5 of my friends and go to like a 6th spot and ride bikes back into town with tailwind. That sounds great. So flew Avery in and we just did a day. We flew into Missouri, landed the helicopter, took the bikes off and rode bikes all the way back in. It was a blast. Yeah! Woo! And there the next day we did a little bit of filming with Sarah for Chevy Butter, which is awesome. It's never gonna be easier than filming with Sarah or Kara. They just make it so simple. Since Nationals, which is the last video we gave you guys, we've wanted to film many more videos. We actually have filmed, we just haven't edited those videos. Big Sugar was a busy weekend, as I said. Avery was finishing filming a development project we do with Envy called Phase 2. And I won. And so he said, shit, now we gotta make a video. So here we are. Since Nationals, I have been up and down the roller coaster. I've had a little bit of bad luck the last couple races at Schwalming and the Rad, but that leads us to where we are today. Went into Big Sugar with high hopes and wanting to prove to myself that I had put in the work. So woke up race morning around 4:30. Went downstairs, made some rice and eggs. Avery was very focused on Phase 2 development project that we're doing. So I was kind of on my own in terms of everything else going on. Did a quick little warm up, nothing too crazy. Honestly, trying to figure out what I was gonna wear.
Game time.
Because it was starting so cold and I knew it'd be 30 degrees warmer by the time we finished.
Let's welcome Alexey Vermeulen.
Got a call up after my 3rd place last year, which was nice in this race because it's quite a dogfight for the gravel. And from there, I think it was focusing on the task at hand. I broke Big Sugar up into 3 sections. There was the first 38 miles to our feed 1, a section between the feed zones from mile 38 to mile 75, and then the last 35 miles from the second feed to the finish. The first focus is all about position. In the past, the way that I have struggled at Big Sugar is being out of position and not being able to see things because of the dust or rocks, or flatting out. So I wanted to mitigate those as quickly as I possibly could. Once we got to feed 1, we kind of knew the group we were dealing with, and we got to this place in the race where things started kind of lulling. We had a couple big climbs that separated it out into probably maybe 15 guys. And from there, I wanted to focus on whenever the race settled down, that was when I wanted to make a move. About 45 miles to go. There was a moment where I saw Finn and somebody else up the road by about 300 meters, and there was another group with Colby and Simon up past them. And at first I kind of attacked just to get up to Finn's group and kind of see if he was gonna roll. And I got to his group, Matt Beers was chasing, and I looked back, and right when I got there, I decided, oh, I'll hit it once more. And I attacked once more over the top of them, and I looked back and nobody was chasing. And I looked down at my computer, it was like 43.8 miles to go. And I thought to myself, okay, settle in for a long day. And if you go to the finish line from here, it's gonna be something special. In that moment, I reminded myself that I have at least 2.5 hours of racing to go, and I need to really keep power under control. So I pegged it at my tempo, which is around 300 watts. I'd go above that for climbs, but otherwise I would not let myself ride harder, even though I felt better. And slowly caught up to Colby and Simon, who were up the road. I caught them just before the second feed at mile 75. From there, we were together for about 3 miles before I hit out on a hard climb out of the brewery. Just made some separation between myself and both of them. They both came back together, but I had kind of figured out where they stood on kind of how fresh they were. Honestly, from there, the next 30 miles was a bit of just pedaling and riding as, conservatively, yet as fast as I could. Colby would do a turn. Simon was struggling, so he fell off the pace. And then I'd do a bigger turn, kind of keep moving. Both of us were thinking about the finish, but also regardless wanted to make it there together as opposed to bringing a whole group back. I honestly kept waiting for a group to come from behind, but no one did. And as you get closer to the finish, you stop thinking about that and focus on what's ahead of you. As we hit the asphalt with about 7 miles to go, Colby and I kind of had a conversation and made sure we were both on the same page. To that point, we'd been committed to each other and getting to this place. But the last 7 miles, I think we both started thinking about what it takes to win. Colby had been riding so strong, and I kind of just let him know I wasn't going to leave it to the finish line. And up the first climb, just slowly started making it harder and harder and harder. And he lost the wheel probably 20 seconds from the top. And from there, I opened that gap up over the top. 2.5 miles to go, kind of looked back and he was chasing hard. But at that point, I knew I had won. And it was more about just controlling the gap and hitting the last climb hard.
Welcome home, your champion of Big Sugar Gravel, presented by Alexey Vermeulen.
The feeling of coming around the final corner this year, as opposed to last year, having chased back on, was honestly pretty similar. I was so elated to be back in the group last year. It felt special. But this year, coming around and not having to sprint or do anything and knowing I'd raced almost a perfect race was blissful.
Oh boy, there we go.
Yeah, I think I'm just excited to finish off the season on a high and roll into Iceman with confidence and be able to go for the win there again. Come on, Avery, come sit down.
You want to come sit down?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, look at that.
It's me too. So to everyone out there asking, well, where was Avery? Where are the photos? What's going on? Well, I was doing other things also for this guy
To be fair, he still took photos,
and all of his sponsors.
but we asked Cold Collaborative for all the content footage we could possibly get from the helicopter and the motorbike to build this video out. Also, guys, be ready. Shirts are coming. We're working.
As for me, I'll also be racing Iceman. Because
Luckily, he missed the sign up.
but I got on the wait list. All is well. Avery's still going to race. That's pretty much that.
If you're going to be out at Iceman, put a comment down, let us know. And we are trying to figure out what we should do with that video because we've done it twice already. So maybe tell us how we can include you.
Yeah.
And if you have a dog, put yourself at the top.
Bye-bye now.